Dorje played a number of tours before we ever used in-ear monitoring, and it was something that was a very difficult experience because when you've got small stage to begin with and you're a beginning band, you get the monitoring right at your feet, you get the cymbals right behind your ears, and it's a nightmare as a vocalist and a guitar player to hear the vocals or the guitar. And when I stepped up to in-ear monitoring, it made the biggest change in my life. Literally, I went from losing my voice every single tour to being completely fine at the end of the tour, no vocal wear whatsoever. My singing felt great, I could hear everything on stage, and my performance absolutely improved just because I could hear everything. It makes you feel more confident.
I'm one of those guys that doesn't wear earplugs because I can't stand it not sounding like crisp or clear, and I'm also the guy in the band, I guess, that is listening to everyone else. So if there's like anyone's guitar's out of tune, it'll be me looking across going, you're out of tune. So having in-ears is great because it means that I can listen in closer detail, not only to me, but everyone else, and I'm not gonna go deaf. I'm also getting really like high fidelity audio in my ears whilst playing a gig, which is great.
I guess the thing I like about using in-ear monitors as a drummer is like I do like using earplugs, but you can't obviously get your own mix. So if you're just using earplugs, you know, you're relying on the wedge next to you if you're playing live, and you don't really get that clarity. I mean, you get like a low-end kick, which is nice, but nothing compared to when you're using in-ears.
It's great because you're not having all the sort of the monitors blasting at you, damaging your ears night after night. And I'm still really connected to my instrument, and I can just kind of play as I would as if I was just having sort of monitors blasting at my face. If on the night, you know, other people are using other frequencies, you can kind of tweak your stuff within seconds, and everyone's set and ready to go. Yeah, it's just great sort of format, plug and play, kind of quick and easy, simple to use stuff, and it sounds awesome.
For me, it's extremely important having my own mix in my ears. I'm definitely in the camp of it needs to sound really nice and full fat and kind of like the CD, if that makes sense. So it's having the freedom, actually, really. To put it simply, it's being able to pan my guitar to the right, Rob's to the left, Dave in the middle, and then the drums having a stereo image is like, you can't really argue with that, can you? It's great.
Sometimes I want to get in the audience and I want to be like grabbing hands and just like get down on the floor and be kind of, you know, idiot rock guy. And within ears, I'm not tethered all the time to things around me. I find it much easier to be free on stage.
I find that on a bigger stage where I would have had just two wedges, if I'd have moved away, you know, I've just kind of lost it, and then you're in the dark a bit. Whereas, yeah, having in-ear monitors, I can go anywhere I want, run around the stage.
Nowadays, I play the Dorje stuff to a click, and obviously there's no way of doing that without using in-ears. So I think it's, particularly as a drummer, out of everybody in the band, you know, it's drums and vocals probably benefit the most as a necessity of using in-ears, because you can use a metronome as a drummer. You know, you can make sure you've actually got a mix where you've got the clarity and not just the kick from the wedge on stage. I think it actually makes the kit sound better. So like if you're playing without ear protection, for me it's like those harsh frequencies can actually be a bit overpowering. Initially we'd started using some affordable brands of in-ears, and although they sounded fine, we did notice that on tour they broke. And although the service was great, we just wanted reliability. And when I stepped up to Shure, it's just the best thing to happen to my ears. It absolutely is.